it's Marissa
and Shauna,
and today's video is going to be
7 weird things I'm doing for my wedding.
Weird things.
They're not like super weird, but just like things that are a little bit untraditional, out of the ordinary, a little bit unique. Okay, so the first weird thing that I'm gonna be doing is not having a signature scent. So like, I've always heard girls say like, oh, it's so great if you have a signature scent for your wedding. And I think I've even said before like, oh, I think I should get a signature scent for my wedding. And the idea is that you only use it for the wedding, and then when you like use it after that, it'll like remind you of the wedding. But I was actually thinking I'd rather just use one of my favorites.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like something I know I like, that I know I love, such as Ambery Cherry from Dossier.
And I have Woody Sandalwood, and oh my gosh, like we're obsessed with Dossier perfumes. We talk about them all the time. All the freaking time, and they are amazing because they recreate luxury scents at affordable prices. They're all made in Grasse, France, and this one is actually based on a Le Labo perfume. And if you know Le Labo, they're like $200 perfumes
For the smallest bottle.
for the teeniest, tiniest bottle. So the fact that you can get amazing quality dupes that smell just like it for like $30, $40, $50, really affordable price points is like incredible.
Okay, this one is Ambery Cherry, and it is based off of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, and I love this scent. I've been using it so long. It's something about that cherry smell. It almost reminds me of like candy. So, I mean, this is definitely a contender for my wedding. I just want to go with something that like I know I like, you know?
Mine smells like a very expensive luxury store.
Ooh.
Like if you were to walk into a luxury store. So yeah, we love Dossier. We will link them below for you guys along with a coupon code if you want to check them out. Our favorite scents at the moment are Woody Sandalwood and Ambery Cherry, but honestly, we go through so many scents, so like it's gonna change month to month. And I will link Dossier below if you guys want to check them out.
Okay, so the next weird thing that I'm doing for my wedding, that's not actually weird, is having fake flowers. And okay, fake is kind of like a negative word. They're faux flowers. They're silk flowers, whatever you want to call it. They're not like fresh flowers from a florist. And this was kind of a hard decision to make at first because I was kind of like, oh, but will they look cheap? But will they look ugly? Like, but no, the ones that I've seen so far, they look really good.
I like it because I like that you can like practice how it's gonna look before the big day, because it's like obviously you can't like just keep buying fresh flowers to like match it up with the dress and everything. So I just like that it's like, I like that you can keep it after as like a souvenir or centerpiece, and like you know, like I don't know, I just hate when flowers die. It makes me sad.
The biggest thing for me is that when I go on Pinterest or whatever and I see pictures of like beautiful wedding ceremonies, they always have tons and tons of flowers. And it's so easy to just scroll through and like the photos and think like, okay, this is the look that I want.
Yeah.
But what you don't realize is that guess how much a lot of those florals cost?
Like thousands.
Yeah, not just thousands, but sometimes tens of thousands.
I believe it. Because like, I feel like flowers already are so expensive when you get them arranged professionally and like, you know, in a beautiful centerpiece. Like there's a lot of like labor that goes into that. And I feel like it's like the same way you would hire like a construction worker is like, it's like they're gonna charge you for that labor of like putting all those flowers in and making them look beautiful. I still can't believe that some people's jobs is like making flowers look beautiful. Yeah. I'm like, wow, what an artistic, aesthetic job. Like, I feel like I couldn't do it. I'd be like, it all looks good.
For my wedding ceremony, I want to have like tons of flowers everywhere. I want it to just look really like lush and floral, and it's going to be a bright color too. But if I were to do that using only fresh flowers, guess how much it would cost?
Like 10,000.
Well, it would cost between like $9,000 to $14,000.
Oh
like,
my God.
No joke whatsoever.
That's like a really, really good honeymoon right there.
Or like a car.
Or a car, yeah, that's true.
Well, not like a brand new car. Like maybe
a
like
used
a used
car.
Definitely a used.
Like definitely not a brand new car. Not like a Porsche or anything.
Yeah, you can't get like a new car for $9,000. But you could get a used one.
definitely a contender.
But like that's just so much money, and I just think like
it's just not worth it. I think. I think the way you're doing it is much better.
I am gonna have some fresh flowers like in our bouquets. So like there's gonna be some like fresh roses and things and like the boutonnieres, but the majority of the flowers will be fake.
So the next weird thing that I feel like a lot of people don't like do is not having any bridal party. And I'm like the only bridesmaid, but people are always like, oh my God, you're the maid of honor. You're the maid of honor. I'm like, well, I don't really, like, the dentist told me that the other day and I was like, well, I don't really do anything. I was confused by it because I was just like, I don't know. I feel like bridal parties are just kind of,
well, the maid of honor is supposed to throw a bachelorette party, but you know
I can't throw nothing.
I'm probably not gonna have a bachelorette party.
I just feel like I suck at planning stuff and I suck at organization, so I'm like, why put that on me? I would probably just ruin the damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, why put that kind of responsibility on my shoulders? You know, like, I'd rather help with the cake testing. The cake testing.
Well, I feel like we're having a very small wedding, so it just doesn't make sense to have a whole bunch of bridesmaids and groomsmen, and like also.
And I was just gonna say, I feel like you are also opposed because you've been a bridesmaid for several people, and like the brides are often bridezillas, and like they want you to pay a lot of money for everything, and they're like, buy this, buy that, buy this, you know, dress, buy this headpiece, buy this, you know, it's very like selfish.
Yeah.
And I can understand not wanting to inflict that like selfishness onto others, because you're like, it's me, it's all about me. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's different doing what you want on your dime versus like forcing people to do it, and you're like guilt tripping them and being like, well, it's my wedding and it's all about me, you know? Like,
that is so absolutely true.
Yeah,
and I actually didn't even think
of
of that. I didn't even think of that, but you're absolutely right. Like, I've been a bridesmaid several times, and I feel like it's the sort of thing that like you say yes to out of like love for your friend, but you don't actually like doing it because there's a lot of money that goes into it, and there's a lot of like little like tasks and busy work that just like you don't like sometimes you have to wear a dress that you don't like, or that doesn't flatter you, or that's like in my case once it was like too low cut and too revealing, and I felt a little uncomfortable, and it's just like, and you have to get to the wedding so early, and it's like there's a lot of downtime where you're just kind of like sitting around being like, can this start already?
It's just like a lot to have a bridal party.
Fun being a bridesmaid.
I feel like, so it's like I can understand why you didn't want to inflict that on innocent friends.
I just want people to come and be a guest. Like,
exactly. It's so much more enjoyable to just come, chill, do whatever you want, have a drink, have some cake, like rather than like go and like, okay, I've got to do this.
Okay, so the next weird thing that I'm doing is I'm having a very big poofy princess dress ball gown, even though it's a really small micro wedding. And I feel like for small weddings, people are always like, the bride usually tends to pick this very, you know, low-key, simple dress, like just kind of like either a short dress or very form-fitted. But this is gonna be like a big princess ball gown, as if I was having like, you know, hundreds of people there, even though it's a small wedding.
And another weird thing that you're doing is the colors are gonna be like bright purple instead of neutrals. I feel like so many people go with neutrals. They're a little boring. Like, they are like pretty, but like, I don't know. I just like the purple. I think it's like a really fun pop of color. It's very like royal and regal. It reminds me of like a queen. Like, you know, long live the queen.
I mean, I am gonna have some white flowers, but I actually didn't want white flowers for everything because I feel like that's just boring.
Yeah, that is boring.
I mean, it's classic, but it's just boring. I like color. So the next weird thing that I'm gonna be doing is that my reception is just gonna be dinner at a nice restaurant. It's not gonna be like a whole dance floor with a DJ at a venue. It just didn't really feel like me. It just felt a little bit more ostentatious than I wanted. I wanted something more low-key.
And like, who doesn't like food?
Yeah, this way, hopefully the food will be really good.
Yeah. Especially because so many times at weddings, like the food is really bland or it's really dry or like, God forbid if you have any like special requests, like vegetarian, vegan, like, oh, forget about it. Like, you're not eating that night. Whew.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been to honestly far too many weddings where the food is nasty.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm hopeful that it's at a restaurant.
I think that the food will be good because I've eaten at this restaurant before. Like some of our friends know of this restaurant. Like it's a nice restaurant and the food is really good. So I hope they don't mess it up on my wedding.
Don't mess it up, y'all. So the last weird thing is that we're actually going to be DIYing a lot of things ourselves instead of like just hiring a professional to do it. Like the flower wall, we completely like set up by ourselves.
Yeah.
And I just like doing it ourselves. I know you love DIYing. And I feel like, I mean, obviously it's good to like save all that money, but like, I feel like if it gets messed up, at least I know we did it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I would be much more annoyed if we paid someone, like, a lot of money to do it, and then it, like, came crashing down or, like, fell or something. Like, God forbid that doesn't happen.
Oh, my God. Don't even jinx it.
I know. I'm like, oh, I'm throwing that negativity out there.
Yeah, like I just love being creative. I love being artistic. I like DIYing things. So I just hope we have enough time to do it all. We're gonna start like a couple days in advance, but there's just so many things I wanna do. I wanna like make cookies for favors. I wanna like set up the flower, like chuppah myself, and I wanna do all these things. So those are all the weird things I'm gonna be doing for my wedding. And comment down below if you guys think any of those things are actually weird or if you think they're like just normal.
I think the weirdest is probably not having a bridal party because I feel like so many brides have the traditional like 5 bridesmaids or whatever. And
it just seems like a lot to coordinate.
Oh yeah, but like to me that was the weirdest thing. I think the restaurant thing is maybe more unusual too.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I know most people do the whole big dance floor and like and DJ and like I kind of like that there's no DJ. I feel like music is overrated.
Well, I mean,
music is overrated.
We are actually not allowed to bring our own music to the restaurant.
Okay.
But like it's not the right place for that. Like if I wanted like a big dance floor and everything, then like I would have booked a place like that, you know?
Yeah, very true. Yeah. But anyway, we love you guys. Big kiss and bye guys.